Hello and welcome to a Powered Arena Cube draft on Magic the Gathering Arena. My name is Cody Lee and I upload a brand new draft video every single day. And if that's something you would like to see, like, comment, subscribe, do all the things, tell the robots you enjoy this type of content. It really does help me out. As is, let's take a look at this pack, folks. Holy crap. It's been a second since we've had Cube. It's really exciting to be back. I mean, some of these cards I don't recognize. Kellen the Fey-Blooded. Search your library for an aura equipment, reveal it. 3-mana double striker. There's a Jace, there's the Balance, and a Quarry Steelcutter and a Mind Twist. I'm looking at these three cards. I do think Quarry Steelcutter is going to be my pick out of these. Quarry Steelcutter is just so good in pretty much any deck that you can fit it into. Cranial Ram, there's this new artifact theme, and we'll get into that as we get into our picks here. But we're going to start with Quarry Steelcutter. Sarah Paragon would also be interesting. Realistically, Balance, I think, is the strongest card. But there is a whole artifact theme, so I think it's going to be worse, and we're going to take Quarry Steelcutter. After Quarry Steelcutter, there's a Fiery Confluence, which that's kind of interesting. 1 mana, 1, untap another target artifact. Target creature can't be blocked this turn. That's interesting. There's a Tiny Bones. Whenever Tiny Bones deals combat damage to a player, you may cast target non-land permanent card from that player's graveyard. So you can cast a creature, not the greatest. Verdurous Gearhawk. Fascinating. I do think we're going to take the Fiery Confluence realistically. There's a Pyrite Spellbomb, there's a Brazen Borrower, which I would take a Brazen Borrower maybe over a Fiery Confluence. Fiery Confluence is going to be very, very good though because there are more artifacts. That's why I'm going to take it so highly here. Follow that up with a Ragavan. Everyone loves seeing a good Ragavan. There's an Orcish Bowmasters here. Draw 7 combo is probably my favorite thing to do in Cube. I do enjoy green just in general because I like playing powerful green creatures. It's a problem. I have an addiction. I'm trying to get help. That's why I'm over here with all these cards. Orcish Bowmasters is insanely good though. Draw 7's probably my second favorite, if not favorite thing to do. We're going to take the red card though. Following that up, Clockwork Percussionist, 1 mana, 1/1 with haste. When it dies, exile the top card of your library. You can play into the end of your next turn. It gets you another card. There is a Steel Overseer, as well as a Karn Legacy Reforged, and a Felia Exuberant Shepherd. So let's be real here. Felia is an insanely good card. When Felia attacks, exile up to one other target non-land permanent. Literally non-land permanent. Exile your opponent's token, or creature, or, artifact. And then boom, you get through. So we're going to take Felia. It can bounce your own, warped creatures. I'm pretty sure that's the basis of a whole deck. Forgive me. I do see the Brain Freeze. We could. We're not going to. We're going to take that Felia. There's a Mana Tithe here. That's interesting to me. Traxos. This is another new one. 4 mana, 7/7. Enters tapped and doesn't untap whenever you cast a historic spell. Historics are artifacts, legendaries, and sagas. That's kind of fascinating. Intrepid Adversary would also be interesting, but I think I'm going to take the Mana Tithe. We're looking at being red-white here. Trash for Treasure is an additional cost to cast a spell, sacrifice an artifact, return an artifact from your graveyard to the battlefield. There's going to be a bring back deck with big artifacts, but let's take the Mana Tithe. Flage. So Flage is one of those really, really, really good cards that coming around is kind of crazy. Sir Ginger, the Meal Ender, 2 mana, 3/1, legendary artifact creature, Food Knight. Trample, Hexproof, and Haste as long as an opponent controls a Planeswalker. So if your opponent has a Planeswalker, this has extra abilities. Whenever another artifact you control is put into a graveyard, put a 1/1 counter on Sir Ginger. Okay, so you're sacking artifacts. Fair enough. Flage. Stoneforge Bishop. Mind Collapse, I do think, is probably it here. There is a Jetmir's Garden, which is mana fixing for us, which would be pretty good, but Mind Collapse is a free spell. The more things you can do free and cheap, the better. Seer Slicer Goblin. There is a Tursa, as well as a Gideon. Gideon is a really good top end for us. But Seer Slicer Goblin could also be pretty dang good. Just creating an army of goblins. 2-drops are important. We already got a couple of them. Let's take the Gideon because I think the Gideon's really strong. There's an improvised arsenal here. +1/+0 for each artifact you control. Their cranial ram came all the way back around, which is kind of cool. If any of these 3 land were on color, I'd probably take it. Let's take the Sarah Paragon. That Kellyan might be interesting, but Sarah Paragon's pretty dang good. There's a Galvanic Blast. We're not going to take a Talisman of Conviction here, but Galvanic Blast or Pyrite Spellbomb or Get Lost. I do think we're going to take the Galvanic Blast because it goes face. But no, let's take the Get Lost. Get Lost removes anything. Staff of the Storyteller is a very solid one. We're looking much more white than red. The red dried up pretty quickly other than Flage going, what was that, 5th pick. Karn, equal to the greatest mana value among artifacts. At the beginning of your upkeep, add colorless for each artifact. This mana can't be spent to cast non-artifact spells. There's also a Steel Overseer. We're going to take the Clockwork Percussionist because we might actually play it. The fact that Steel Overseer is going around, though, makes me think that the artifact stuff is really open. We probably should be in, like, red-black artifacts. But there's so much white going around, there's no way that we're not in white. Now, let's see what else we can get. We're not going to be playing any of these, most likely. Let's take the red card, just so that we can keep people out of red. Splitskin Doll. When this creature enters, draw a card, then discard a card unless you can control another creature with 2 or less power. With power 2 or less. And does machines to the side. Ooh, okay. So there's a Time Walk in here, guys. There's also a Luris, it's worth noting. But I don't think we pass Time Walk. And I think we probably start looking for lands. The Rogran Triome we passed. Yeah, we're going to take the Time Walk and hopefully play it. Hallowed Fountain's a good one for us. There's a Remand. Yeah, we're going to take the Hallowed Fountain here. I'm looking at this pack and wondering, okay, maybe we're red or blue-white, and red is not in there? Oh, we're going to see Painter's Servant Grindstone come around, aren't we? We are, aren't we? We should probably take the Fractured Identity and go and do a 3-colored deck. Let's take the Fractured Identity and see what happens. This is not what you should do, by the way. Chrome Mox here. There's a Thraben Inspector as well as an Embereth Shieldbreaker. I think is going to be a lot better. But I do think we take a Thraben first. Chrome Mox is really, really good. Let's take the Thraben. Mana Vault going this late's kind of crazy. Unholy Heat would be a good one. What happened to the art? They had better art on these. You may search your library for an artifact card, put it into your graveyard, then shuffle. That's fascinating. If this had land, we'd probably take it, but we're taking the Mana Vault here pretty easily. Road. There's an Abrade. And Arcbound Ravager here. This is a crazy looking card. But we're going to take the Abrade. A good pickup for us. March of Otherworldly Light. Ooh. Experimental Synthesizer. Enters or leaves the battlefield, exile the top card. Until end of turn, you may play that card. Ooh, we'll take that. March of Otherworldly Light. Let's take the March of the Otherworldly Light. That's actually pretty good. It's a solid removal spell. Fractured Identity and Time Walk in our deck should not be too bad. Fractured Identity is just insanely strong. If we do end up with the mana that's able to cast it, I'll be quite happy. And I will go out of my way to pick up the lands that let us do it, such as this Plateau, which helps fix our mana and gives us more pips. Magmatic Hellkite would be pretty good, but flat out, this is a Plateau, and we're going to be red-white regardless, so we're taking that. Now, this is my first cube draft in quite a while. Since the last time we've drafted cube, I've 100%ed the collection for Secrets of Strixhaven. Clap, clap, clap. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Worked really hard on this one. Ravenous Robots. Yeah, this whole artifact deck is definitely around. I should have just started taking artifacts. Honestly, I'm going to take the Kithian here, but I should have started taking artifacts. We'll take Lauren. We'll see if we end up playing Lauren. Scrapwork Mutt, probably not going to play. Embereth, we probably will play. With all those artifacts we've been seeing go around. Rabbit Battery. 1 mana, 1/1. Another creature gets haste. We don't have a ton of reach and we don't have a ton of value. But we picked up a couple of lands in our colors, and that's pretty dang good for us. There's a Marsh Flats in here that grabs both. Kefka's Tower, good combo. Obnixilis, the Adversary. Casualty. As you cast a spell, you may sacrifice a creature with power X. When you do, copy this spell. Oh. That's fascinating. Glimmer Lens. Whenever equipped creature and at least one other creature attack, draw a card. I do think that's a solid 2-drop and something we should take. For Mirrodin, triggers Staff of the Storyteller as well. So I'm kind of here for that. Glimmer Lens first pick is wild, though, I will say. Create a white gnome soldier artifact creature token with this token's power and toughness are each equal to the number of artifacts and or creatures you control. At the beginning of your first main phase, you may tap 5 untapped artifacts to transform. Interesting. 1 mana, 2/1 Boast. Create a 1/1 white hero. Okay. There's a Golos. There's a Teferi. A Burgi. Pyretic. What's Burgi? Whenever you cast a spell, add red. Until end of turn, you don't lose this mana. Boast. Oh, we don't have any Boast. We're going to take the Ushar. Yeah, that was a weird one. There were a bunch of new cards that I hadn't seen in there. Ooh, Karakas. So Karakas is one of those white cards that you don't pass if you can help it. Wishclaw, there's a Hellrider. There's a Figure of Destiny. There's also a Karakas. Chandra, there's a Sunbillow Verge. Thalia. Lorehold the Historian. Honestly, do we take Lorehold the Historian here? And we are doing this right now. I do think we're going to take Lorehold the Historian. I kind of want that Sunbillow Verge, but I kind of also want to play with a new card. That's a bad pick. Winds of Abandon would be pretty good, but we're going to take the Sacred Foundry here. We're at playables. We got some removal. We have a good top end. Lauren's out. No, Lauren's in. Lauren's definitely in. Emeritus. There's an Elegant Parlor, though. Sunfall is an exile. Containment Priest is interesting. Let's take the Elegant Parlor, though. Fixing up our mana in the end should be good. We're looking at playing 24 cards right now. 4 lands. We probably are okay with that, playing 16 lands total. Do we take a Jit? 1 mana, 1/1 Toxic 1. Can't block. Choose a color. Another target creature you control gains toxic 1 and hexproof from that color. There's a prismatic ending, which is interesting. Did we have... I thought we had something that cared about artifacts, but I don't think so. Let's take the Skrelv. And let's take the Armageddon. Okay. We're fully playing Magic the Gathering here. We're going to take the Armageddon. We're going to drop the... Oh, we gotta drop the... Urza Saga only fetches us a couple of things. Suplex does some removal. Let's take the Blade Spicer, though. Kithian's probably dropped. This would fix our mana for the Time Walk, but we're probably not doing that. Hellrider will take, probably not going to play. Sunbillow Verge, solid. Embereth's probably out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need one more cut. And I do think it's the Gideon. Now, what are we looking at creature-wise? Collective Brutality is a good one. Sunfall, we're not going to play. Lorehold the Historian. There are better 5-mana dragons. That's for sure. But we're going to play this one. Alright. So we're going to be cutting probably one of the mountains. And we're going to be looking at a real interesting one here, folks. Let's jump in. Wish me some luck. I'll see you in game number 1. Okay, Furzin. Let's do this. 2 into a 3. We're going to keep this. That's a really good couple of 3s to bounce with Velia. Depending on what they play, of course. The thing is, I want it to be known, we're playing something eminently not powerful. Velia can be played with Flash. Velia can be played with Flash. They're gonna attack in with the Sylvan Safekeeper, and I'm gonna ambush it with a Velia. They're gonna be real upset that I blocked their Sylvan Safekeeper with my Velia. They lost a card for nothing. They can just exile their thing, get in for 2. Remember, Velia is a very, very good card. Very, very good. We do hope for lands. Ooh, an Ewet. How do I want to do this? I'm going to get in for 3. Play out the 3-bit Inspector. I'm going to pop this. Draw. Ooh, bad. Attach to target creature you control or unattach from a creature. Reconfigure only as a sorcery. While attached, this isn't a creature. Basically, gives its abilities to someone else. Which is pretty cool, because it gives something haste. And that's pretty good. So we're going to play this. Yeah, we're going to play this. Exile that. And then play this rabbit battery out. Get in with that. See what they do. We got them on a clock. We got a big old board. We got hopefully a 5/5 flyer coming down next turn. They've played nothing very powerful. We're just playing a bunch of mid-rangey threats. Mind you, their mid-rangey threats are holding down the board against me. So that is annoying. But, I mean, it could be worse. Now what you got to do, Furzin? Oh, that's not good. $14, $19, $28, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, concede. You got me. 0-1. I'll see you in game 2. Bergman, the Timeless Witness. I don't think you're ready for this. We're going to keep. It's worth noting, we only have red on turn 2, so we cannot play that on 1. We do have an Armageddon in hand, though, which is kind of cool. We are going to Ragavan on 2, I think. We're not going to Ragavan on 2. Ooh, okay. Green, black. Interesting, interesting. What you got going on over there, Mr. Green Black? Is it a removal spell? Yeah. Consider me not surprised. Grelv Defector Might. So many weird cards on a or words on a card. Mind Twist for 2. Bet. That feels bad. I don't have a ton of cards either. I got a Manatee there, though. That's cool. Draw a card. I don't need to discard. Nice. I'm trying to think of good cards for us. We don't have a ton of Planeswalkers. We cut the, Ooh, okay. I can protect it. I really just want that to exile something so that I can play it. they're gonna kill the wild with our cake here. End turn. 14 cards, 6 lands. We discarded our 2 most powerful things. They got our Ragavan. The rest of our cards have been kind of middling. We didn't get anything. It's worth noting. Oh, so we're going to talk about changes to the cube. They cut some of Red White's power, just in general. And you'll notice we don't have a Johnny. We don't have Nicatl. Or not Nicatl. Another target creature you control. Feels bad. Protection from green. Or not, it's hexproof from green. Ooh, we got another, just more lands. Our opponent has drawn 3 lands in their 13, and we've drawn 7 in our 15. So we've drawn more cards. Exile here. Uh-oh, that's not good. No blocks. 0-2. We'll see you guys in the next one. Battle Ghazi, draft contender. Let's go. Maybe we can do it now. Not a bad one. Play Ushar the Fallen. Sweet land. I think we will start just making 1/1s, right? All you. We'll be able to hold up Mana Tithe next turn while still boasting. Activate that boast. Sweet lands. Are these they're the Godzilla lands, right? Yeah, we're just gonna Mana Tithe that. If they've got like a daze or something, that'd be fine. And with red-white, with what we've got going on after what we saw in the last game, we want to milk all of the value we can out of one of our cards. Currency converter, not bad. Would have been really good with your Malcolm. Ooh. Of Badlands. So we're going to play out the Split Skin Doll. And this will let me draw. We have a bunch of creatures with power 2 or less. The Split Skin Doll is weird and creepy looking, but it's going to draw us a card, friend. Wow. That's wild. That really sucks. And that's why we get as much value as we can. What'd they have to exile for it? A Fiery Confluence? We get to play out the Rabbit Battery. And this is going to be it, folks. We need to draw something good. Realistically. You get to hit your token. And I actually get spell pierced. Okay. 0-3. You saw it here first, folks. Let's go ahead and claim our no wins. Do we even get packs for that? We don't get nothing, do we? I don't know how, Cube is always super weird. Crimson Vow. Low value, low EV. Always remember that. Cube is never going to earn you money. But hey, thanks for joining me on this first quick little 03. See you guys in the next one. Oh, and remember, get outside, touch grass, like, comment, subscribe. Do all those good stuffs.